In the world of science and econometrics, a single number holds the power to make or break a career: 0.05. If your p-value is 0.04, you've discovered a breakthrough. If it's 0.06, you have nothing. But have you ever wondered why? Why 5%? Why not 4% or 10%? Welcome to the investigation of the most influential historical accident in modern science, the cult of the p-value. To understand the 0.05 rule, we first need to define what a p-value actually is. In econometrics, we start with a null hypothesis, which usually states that there is no effect. For example, that increasing the minimum wage has zero impact on employment. The p-value is the probability of obtaining results at least as extreme as the ones observed, assuming that the null hypothesis is true. It is not the probability that the hypothesis is true. This subtle distinction is where most people get lost. The story begins in 1925 with Sir Ronald A. Fisher, a giant of statistics. In his seminal book, Statistical Methods for Research Workers, Fisher needed a practical guide for researchers. He suggested that a 1 in 20 chance, or 5%, was a convenient limit for judging whether a deviation is to be considered significant. There was no mathematical proof that 5% was correct. It was simply a rule of thumb suggested by a man who didn't want to carry around massive tables of data. Fisher's rival, Jerzy Neyman and Egon-Pearson, later formalized this into hypothesis testing. They introduced the concept of type 1 and type 2 errors. A type 1 error, or alpha, is a false positive, claiming an effect exists when it doesn't. Fisher chose 0.05 as a standard alpha level. This decision was largely influenced by the fact that mathematical tables at the time were pre-computed for specific values like 0.05 and 0.01 to save space in journals. Imagine a researcher studying a new economic policy. They run the regression and get a p-value of 0.049. Champagne, it's statistically significant. Another researcher studying the same thing gets 0.051. Total failure. This bright line dichotomy creates a psychological wall. In reality, there is almost no mathematical difference between 0.049 and 0.051, yet the academic world treats them as opposites. This is what we call the p-value cliff. This obsession has led to a dark side, p-hacking. Researchers, pressured by the publish or perish culture, might tweak their models, exclude outliers, or add control variables until that 0.055 becomes a 0.049. Statistically, this is like shooting an arrow at a wall and then drawing a bullseye around it. Econometrics is particularly vulnerable because we often work with observational data rather than controlled experiments. The consequences are real. In 2016, the American Statistical Association, or ASA, took the unprecedented step of issuing a formal statement warning against the misuse of p-values. They noted that scientific conclusions and business or policy decisions should not be based only on whether a p-value passes a specific threshold. Relying on 0.05 alone has contributed to the replication crisis, where many published findings in social sciences cannot be reproduced. So, what is the alternative? Instead of a binary yes-no, modern econometrics is moving toward looking at confidence intervals, effect sizes, and Bayesian inference. A confidence interval gives us a range of plausible values, showing the uncertainty of our estimate. Bayesian statistics allows us to update our prior beliefs with new data, rather than starting from scratch with a null that we often already suspect is false. The 0.05 rule is not a law of nature, it is a legacy of the 1920s. As we advance in the era of big data and complex econometrics, we must treat the p-value as a piece of evidence, not a verdict. Understanding that this threshold is a historical accident allows us to become more critical and honest scientists. Let's move beyond the ritual of significance and into the era of nuance. References: Fisher, R.A., 1925, Statistical Methods for Research Workers. Wasserman, R.L., and Lazar, N.A., 2016, The ASA Statement on P-Values. Ziliak, S., and McCloskey, D.A., 2008, The Cult of Statistical Significance. Gujarati, D.A., 2021, Basic Econometrics.